but technically there is another two-way spot that is open, Ethan, and I think we may see a preview of that in the summer league. I could be wrong, but there are two guys that the Spurs signed to the summer league squad. Well, there's a lot of people that they signed, but there were two that kind of got publicity coming out of college, and I pulled this out right now. For those of you guys listening on podcast, we have the Spurs Summer League roster up on the screen on video, and those two names are my boy Cam Carter.
I knew that was coming.
From Donaldsonville, Louisiana, and LSU, also Kansas State and Mississippi State. He's a 6'3" guard, and then also Chibuzo. Chibuzo. My bad. Clip that one. Chibuzo. That's what the opponent's teams are going to be calling him. Chibuzo Agbo, a 6'6", 220 guard from USC, and he played at Boise State for a couple years and actually played at Tech for 2 seasons to start his career as well. So has spent a little bit of time in Texas, but those were the two main kind of like college guys that I saw that kind of were advertised. Like USC and LSU tweeted about both of them getting those contracts. Obviously, all of these guys on Summer League got some sort of contract, and there are other rookies that are out there like, I don't even know how to say this guy's name, Mohamed Diouf from Senegal and playing in the Italian league. He's a rookie. Ibrahima Diallo is another 7-footer, but he played for the Austin Spurs, so I'm pretty sure that's where we picked him up from. But Jackson Money down there, also from North Dakota State, is a rookie that we signed as well that was kind of a big. So those are maybe some other names that you could look at for the two-way spot. But watching the tape today, Ethan, I actually did a little bit of some research on this. I think Cam Carter and Chibuzo are probably the main two guys that if we are going to pick a two-way from Summer League, I think those would be the names to watch on the roster.
I will take your word for it, Jude. You know these guys a lot more than I do. But I do want to give a shout out to my guy Mensah. I saw he's back on the team, and he played really well last year, if I remember correctly. So shout out my guy Mensah at 6'9", being the big body down low for us this year.
He definitely is a rebounder. I can't remember if he played in Austin this season. I want to say that he did.
I think he did.
Yeah, here, let me see if they have that on there. No, they still have San Diego State and Ghana, but I still believe that he did play in Austin this season. So glad to see him around the Spurs organization. I mean, at the worst, dude, he's definitely somebody who hustles and fights hard on the board. And I think with the Summer League style of play too, he really does kind of fit that mold.
100%.
But just to dive into the Summer League a little more, Ethan, there's not too much to talk about. I kind of already covered one of my topics. It was just, is Cam Carter or Chibuzo Agbo going to replace David Duke Jr.'s two-way? And then the other two things that I had written down were Dylan and Carter Bryant. I almost said Dylan Carter. Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant. Just in the two-man game, in the pick and roll, the pick and pop, and just playing off of each other. And then also Harrison Ingram and Riley Minix's progression, because we didn't really get to see them that much last year. Obviously, we saw them in Austin, but on the main team, we didn't really get to see them. But obviously, Pop in the front office and Mitch have got to see something in those guys to want to bring them back. I know they're just two-way guys, but there's a reason that they're staying with us for 2 more years here. As Winky is, what is he searching for back there?
He's making biscuits.
Oh my goodness, there you go.
Sorry, that surprised me.
No, you're good. But those are kind of my main takeaways for Summer League. When you turn on the Summer League games, Ethan, here, like on July 10th, I don't know if we'll do a post game for it, but it's a 7:00 game. What are you looking for, just in Summer League overall?
I'm looking for Dylan Harper to be an alpha amongst betas, Jude, to put it lightly. I want to see some shot creation from him. Really see the explosion that he plays with off the dribble. And from Carter Bryant, I mean, yeah, the two-man games, I hope that's fantastic too, but I really want to see him just be a dog defensively and really get after guys and take advantage of his physicality. And I agree, Riley Minix and Harrison Ingram need to show some kind of offense. We know Riley Minix can score, but Harrison Ingram needs to show some kind of offensive consistency, whether that just be standing in the corner and being 40% from three, or showing us that he's put something together in the lab and can put the ball on the floor. But last year, even in the Summer League, I remember it was a little hard to watch from Harrison offensively. He was getting rebounds. He was playing hard. He was doing the right things. He just couldn't get any shots to fall. So we're going to need that. And Riley Minix, I guess it's the exact opposite. We know you can put the ball in the basket, but what else are you going to bring to the table, especially defensively?
Yeah, 100%. I think the only thing that I'll really add there is I want to harp on Carter Bryant's defense. I really
Hmm.
want to see that, kind of in full form and in this summer league setting. But I also want to see him kind of playing off the ball in like a Nate Mensah, Dylan Harper pick and roll. If we can see him start to snipe. And kind of show off that catch and shoot ability. I saw some videos today from the Spurs practice facility that showed him working on threes. Obviously, they're wide open, but he was swishing most of them. Another thing I want to harp on, just since I'm talking about those videos, Dylan Harper. There was some news came out that he has a minor groin issue that he's dealing with, but if you watch the practice videos, I think he's completely fine because he's doing a lot of dribble moves.
He is.
He's moving around a lot. Like he's not going to play in the California Classic, like the opening kind of like preseason to summer league that we play in Sacramento. If you remember, and Riley
Hmm.
Minix isn't going to play there either, but they expect them to be back for Vegas, which is really the main summer league anyway.
Which starts July 10th against the Sixers, a 9 o'clock game. A little late, Jude, but you can bet I will be awake for it.
Heck yeah. When I looked at that earlier, let me see. Let me see here, Ethan. I don't mean to be like Mr. Let me push my glasses up and correct you. Um, but I want to say I saw that it was 7 here from the Spurs. Let me see.
I'm looking. Oh, 9 p.m. What's CDT? What's Central?
Oh, that's Central. Here we go. 1 second. I'm finding it. Because now I got the California Classic schedule.
I see that
Oh
one as
my
well.
goodness. Spurs Summer League schedule. This is great podcasting.
Really well prepared we are.
Okay, here we go. Oh no, I was tripping. 7 o'clock Pacific time. So you are 100% correct, Ethan. Yeah, 9 o'clock, big brain. You can gritty on me for that one.
I was bound to get something right, Jude. Eventually, it's been a long day of mistakes at my day job, so it's good to get something right on my night job.
There, there you go. We'd love to hear it, man. Any final thoughts on Summer League before we wrap this one up?
It's going to be an exciting. Maybe we'll actually win. I feel like we say we're going to win every year, Jude, and we always lose. So let's try and actually get a dub this year, guys. What do you say?
Becky Hammond, Kyle Anderson season. Y'all know what I'm talking
Yes,
about.
please. Jonathan Simmons too. I think he was there as well.
Jay Sims, how could I forget the GOAT?
The absolute best.
Last thing I'll say on Summer League, my boy Cam Carter. I'm rooting for him hard,
Go
not just
Jaggeds.
because he's on the Spurs, and not just because there's a chance he could get a two-way, but my boy, 40% three-point shooter, Ethan,
Mm.
this season. And here's the crazy thing: the year prior at Kansas State, and basically like his whole career prior, he was around a 30% guy. Here's the thing that's crazy about the 10% jump this season. He took the most threes of his career
Mm.
on a two and a half to like 6 attempts per game was the stat on ESPN, and that was the highest of his career and jumped up 10%. We need some shooters, some off-ball snipers, and I never want to prey on anybody's downfall, Ethan. I never want to do that. All the Spurs, we haven't said this enough. Also, as Winky's in the back having fun there, like through all these draft criticisms and everything that we say, like me and Ethan, we've had a lot of new subscribers too. So I want to say this. Um, Winky, he's excited for this when you hear him in the background. He's anticipating this. But all these guys, all the respect to these guys. We're just two guys sitting here, talk in our chairs doing a podcast online. So we understand there's a lot of things that maybe we don't see, in the life of an NBA player, just as a human being, some of the things they go through. And we're not the be all end all when it comes to basketball knowledge and criticism. So, none of that is ever like a personal attack on anybody or anything. We want them all to be the best that they could be. Like I want Malachi Branham and Blake Wesley to just ascend. But what I was going to say with that being said, Ethan, if things don't work out this season with Malachi Branham for any reason, if my boy Cam Carter can earn that two-way and be a consistent off-ball sniper, as I see, I faded out there a little bit. Let me get back here. Okay. I would love to have him as the third string, two moving forward after this season. Now that's a pipe dream for 2026, but My boy Cam Carter can snipe off the ball. He's also can put the ball on the floor, has some sauciness around the rim, but we need some off-ball shooters, Easton. We need some consistent off-ball shooters. So in the event of an injury to a Steph and a Dev, if my boy Cam Carter can make it happen, I think he could slide in and be a consistent shooter, to say the least.
That could either be one of the greatest prophecies of all time, Jude, in the next 3 years, depending on how his career works out, or we could be looking back at this and being like, "Man, he was really just the next, Dennis Duke Jr."
Or he doesn't even get a two-way
Yeah,
and we
or he
only
yeah. He's just, what's that dude's name that was on the summer league roster for, like, 6 years? He
Jeff
was
Ledbetter.
Jeff Ledbetter.
Hey, last thing on Cam Carter though, past 2 seasons has averaged at least, or it was 1.5 steals last season and 1.2 this year. He does have some good reads in passing lanes, so he's
Nice.
not, I wouldn't say he's like a lockdown defender, but he's definitely not below average either.
He's better than my guy Jeff Ledbetter, is what you're saying.
I think he may be better than Jeff Ledbetter,
That's
to be
that's a
honest.
tall task, my guy.
Oh man. Any final thoughts, Ethan, as we head into summer league as well as this weekend?
No, sir. Go Spurs, go. Winky agrees with me. He's excited.